So maybe we start now. First, we do daily practice, and then maybe I give a long for the preliminary practice of long changing, which Jacob requests, and I thought maybe benefit everyone. So maybe I can give. It doesn't take that long. Don't worry. You should have access. Going. So close to. I thought a little bit echoing. It's fine. Okay. And now we chant. Okay. Om Dala Dong Jibe Da No Ba Jibe Ge Tarwa Dan Dam Jin Jimbe Bar Do Ju Bar Ji Ba Dam Ji Ji Zo Jibe Ma Nam Ga Dan Nyambe Sam Jen Tam Ji Dewa Dan Den Dung Ar Dan Nyurdo Lana Me Ba Yang Tak Var To Be Shang Jo Rinpo Je To Bar Sha.
All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment.
Indi jido sama ji ji pardo lunga yi zong ge wa la go. Ma ji pardo lunga yi zong ge wa la go. Tu de ren zong de nyama san ta zang ji pardo Lungwa yi zangge wa la go.
For that purpose, until I attain Buddhahood, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Until death, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. From today until this time tomorrow, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue.
Zhang zhu nyingbo chi ji ba sang ji nam lai jia zui ji chu dai xiang ju san ba yi to lan de yin jia zui ji ji dai ji de ji ji jiang ju to ne ji ba dan xiang ju sen be la ba la de da ren shi ne ba da de xin zhuo la ben den du xiang ju sen ne ji ji xin de xin de ne la ba la ren ba xin la ba ji.
I take refuge in the Buddhas until I attain the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to bodhicitta and progressed along the Bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings. Practice the stages of the Bodhisattva's path. I take refuge in the Buddhas until I attain the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to bodhicitta and progressed along the Bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings. Practice the stages of the Bodhisattva's path.
Sanje Chudan Tsoji Chodan La Janjo Barda Dane Jasanj Tagi Jizo Jibe Zonam Je Dola Benji Sanje Barisho.
Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings.
Oi ma nam ga da nyam be sim chen dam ji dewa dan de we ju dan den bar jo je dong a ji ju dan da jo je dong a me be dewa dan men da wa ju Nye jada nyin tan chawe don yon la ne ba jo je.
May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion.
Ling ji jik dan ram jan jun zan jo ram jan jam zo yen ge jur we so ma lu lo ye lan de bur la na jin yin dok tu je zon do zo Da le lan je do bai jin ji dan peng gan jian jian zha yu de mai da de song wei ngo bo ju zi ge bo ji dan zi xue wai xin ji lo da ngo me ta le yong zhu xin jing ge ne zong zhong da ji ji meng zan lian de de lo men zhen jiu bu wei san to ba le xin ji lo.
The wealth of infinite oceans of realms, if I bring them all to mind and offer them without exception, Please hold with compassion all the beings they contain, my body, enjoyments, and whatever I own, my aggregates, elements, and sense sources, my aspirations now and in times to come, as well as everything I grasp as mine. By offering them all, may I be blessed with the end of self-grasping, completely liberated from the bounds of real and unreal, transcending the names and attributes of arising, cessation, and abiding, coming and going, affirmation and denial. The supreme mandala is the natural state. By offering it, may I be blessed to attain the state of Buddhahood.
Om Guru Deva Dagana Mandala Bardita Soha Namo Nasi Namda Kila Mala Nasi Shri Sanjo Baba Hanzai yonder zazawande ankorwa tando de shinjila yeyi norwa toki jina mazai jime jarwe to Chembe ye ngadan dan ronya nyanga re jan roa jamze rambo je adasem ye jeng ngone zorwande chenye je Shinji lo sendu ne jeme me namda de londe joka doba shinji lo.
Namo. To the Guru, the utter purity of all appearance and existence, I offer all appearance and existence arisen as the primordial ground. I supplicate you, may the three realms be completely liberated. Please grant blessings to empty samsara from its depths. Lord with 5 omniscient wisdoms, crown ornament, kind one with loving nature, precious protector of beings, heart of all Buddhas, inexpressible by words or thought, I supplicate you from the core of my mind. Bless me from within the state of Dharmata. Bless me to realize this mind, primordially pure and unborn, as the unfathomable Dharmakaya.
O Samchen Namji Samba Tang Loyi Chera Chedarwa Chejung Temo Antikbaye Jujin Kol Gordozo.
Please turn the wheel of the Dharma of the greater and lesser vehicles and the teachings common to both, according to the dispositions and mental capacities of sentient beings.
Kusum kuba jimbo gune jan zarshin jab sun chiwo jewa ne zarab jen chungwa tang jeda do zewa jimbo gune jisu songde ju shin je la ban za do zo. Kongi jar zong da we men gong ke zern zon ben dong zha jen zan be zo zan zhu zar ren zho gun me ge du tse jo du jen da ma gun ne ju ren jen ten sam jen kong. Tuwambe magarpo derenda lo yenzo jong urjan solen be me dambo zare jare namjo rongjo lenjen zon zo be yaden zomba Ban man jung ne da lo ban zo jong xin ni ten kun xi yin zi bin chen zi jing ko rap gong xin zho kun zhe ma men ba zhen zi lo zhu kun de yan de gu dan yi ji zhi ba mi gong ju yin ka lan zi ba gong jam ba ra cha ne gun ne ga ge zo ge jo yin zho bin ma gar pon zhen bi zha le song zer dong ge cha Yenge menzer lo zhun jiao zerwei yong jing ma ge bar ma da ye zhong. Dong re to ga ren jing ying bong go ro yo dan kun yung ga wei ji zer de ying bo tong zai bei bei nan jir. Chen me we zer xab ji da ye jiang xi ya gun zeng zhuo la ji zi de re chen me we zer yong zhu tu ten zu wo sa long jian nam ke nan jir. Jing mi ling bi xia la suo wan de, che der jer we zi po xia la, nang der zhe bi wang ju xia re, zang pang jiu deng a rong zhong. Jing mi ji ji wang bro gu jian zai, rik dong jian bre xuan dung xi lam le, gong bi lang le bo bi der ji zhou, long to jian zi jiang song ma dang jiu, me pam jia miao. 남자라 그전서 여든 선지군 당냠나영 거린 선지군 레사빈공 자위라마달라 서반 다손 로벨로나줄라주. Okay, we first start with the heart essence of Longchenpa or the Longchen Yingtik preliminary practice in this afternoon, where the mind pointing is based on Longchen Yingtik, and also the probably we'll do Yishi Lama session, and it's good to Jacob already asked to give this preliminary practice long. If of course, if you are already doing start our Drikung Mundro preliminary practice, please diligently to try to finish that. If you already finished, you can do again and again. That's good things to do. And then if you want to haven't done preliminary practice but still want to do preliminary practice, then another option we can do long changing to preliminary practice, which is of course in Ngakchen Rinpoche's lineage we have both Drikung and Nyingma. Khenpo Munser is mainly the lineage holder of the Longchen Yingtik tradition. And here, the Longchen Yingtik preliminary practice, we can find on Lord's Our House, the translation. You may have other translations, but doesn't matter. It's too big to print out for every one of you. If you have the digital version, you can read with me in English to say what in there. But if not, then just listen. If you read Chinese, then also read in Chinese. So this is the Longchen Yingtik preliminary practice we did in few sessions in GBI with Terton Rigdzin teaching. That excerpt, we have few pages that we read here, but this is the longer version of it. So, beginning we this preliminary practice, and after that, then we go to the text. 마저 졸라지는 다면 다저 점마면 조비 신저 섬지도 대해 신저 섬발라 담아서 열림발라 자라 동에 개와 그때 신저 잼브로 모도로지 알라고 손제 버스 좀좀 전달한 조선 담배 신저 님이 이제 잡은 연근 저 이제 남조에 답인 저 바지서 성으로 저 배경이 이제 만나요 버진 저 고좀 답에 좀 맞아 줘라 제로 담에 다저 점마면 조비 신저 The Shinjo Sumbala Tawa Sumja Limbala Zara Drawing Gary to the Shinjo Jam Baranga Dora Jaya Lama Sonja Vertus Sumjula Jansalan Josum de Shinjola Nimi Japson Jangajo and Andra Savin Jova Jesus. Moto Cho, Jubigin Ye Malaysia Regin Jojin Kusum Davi Jomaja Jola Jano Tawa Taja Jama Zoe Josum Jizo the Shinjo Sumbala Tawa Sumja Limbala Zara Drawing Gary to the Shanchup Chambo. This chanting is the mantra. Vajrayana, seventh branch, accumulating merit. That's usually every time to Urgyen, which give oral transmission. He start with that. We did in GBI with Gato Rinzi Chemos. We have another seventh branch offering that's from Longchen Yingtik, the Rinzin Duva Sadhana. We may have handy or not. That's not part of this, but that's how it started long. So now is the actual text. So ba jembo long jen yin digin mudu ngan song text de ba lam lam song. Java yu so ndu ne ngu song ji yong kong la kong de ro so kong ga kwa me na so jun rong yong pung gam jin ji song dong zhen ma zhe me ye so so na yan chen ce wo zhe dong ba ra. Jarwa ngu chen de zam de ma yin dan ji jab se qi den xin ji lo de la de so kwa jembo long jen de ngu den zhe ngan dong che so de ba. Tomara nga xin lan de om a hong jiang ro yang de so me se de bar nam ba de je so ba ala kalen da bar ne de ni mu den zhong a da wen zhe de wong chu jia wa zi yin che bi. Lan du ngak drep tan de song dor ji xi lang wo dam je do ba ran jo a ga 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 ma zo 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 je ne ro da da na da 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 na ba 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 ma ya lo ma xiang ga sa ja len de am ji da ma ye ze ba ba de de ge da ga da he ma de ding ge zo yo ne ro da yan ba de ma ya ma na ya so ha ne de am sam ba me da sa ma ga za ma a hong za ma ma ra de ma ga ma ga za ma hong xi zhen lan zhen ma lan de de be de yin de ju xi ze zhong me zhen jiu ro xian yang ong ro ma ne ba da so ben za ra bi ra ma da da ra da ne ong xi ba lan de ma song de be ngo ji ne ba ba de ji ba ye de ba dong ma de yang ten yin jin de ban chen wan xin ji la ba dang ka zi ka zi la yang da na ne ba ji ba ra song bo pa ra de la me do ju gu wan la man chen ning wu de lan de ji dong wa cha bu hu ne ning wu de be ke so ji ba ne je chen chen la ma ya la ji le do ning wu cha bu za ba ya ga ba men ba da la je be ji o de jen ko lu jen de ju chen na yin gu yong xi. So we also chant this one in GBI with Gato Rinzi Chemo. Do you remember? Tanjuru ne shizuni ga ga zene de dong de ba da ba je la ga ne zene ba ma da na chi ne yang dang je ba ga la je si ma da dang de da ne je je ga la da zene je ba zene nang ge lo la. Re zaram ba je yin ne jun de tu ji ne je bon do na long jo za dang yi ne je me ra je ba de ne kan ro ga kan ne kan ro yang le ne chen ma xin de ji zhen zhe. Sisi mari onge jewana mera ladanga sanam samandwa nga hoda de mingi ga penna changken ko luang kurwa xin tari nyerwa yeda den rodan sereng ladang lalo loda nya sanje ma chen no ka la de mingi jile tarwi derwa dam men juro ombo zhen dong yubu jile na ma lo dana de va de ni juro ha ma so sanje je chu so de ma ne do dala ji ye tam be se da chen ma tam je rong la ne we se 창배 내 더정 경험에 밤에 저번에 지금 바로 예전 저로 나 졸라 주신 거를 저런 걸만 만나고 제제서 매도 전혀 너무 다리 다르다는 동요 마이나 진에 따라서 되면 되는 소놈세 시외 오등에 송연저런 참게 되게 미시 추지 잠은 도기비 이도 먼저 전해져서 저는 저 전화를 받아서 나면 다가서 나도 매일 준비되어 줘 추신 주바니모 가르마즈물로나 주라 주진거로 잘랑거면 밤마다 그게 니서메도 저는 맞아 가데 밀류렌제 알랑치요르다 송라죠 보치에서 타와줘 봤던다면 제바라 두지 신 동동안 쭉 랭에서도 하던 루yen 신크로 찬양 지저저저 무슨 Tan Jung Jen Jen Kun Ji Da La Chu Jin Ga Da Lao Wei Za Lo Na Chu La Ji Jin Gu Ren Jan Lang Gu Ren Men Pa Ren Ma Tong Gun Chen Ye Yin Se Me Do Chen Jan Lang Ma Je Jiu Xi Chung Ji Ti Bi No Tong Ren Zu Si Xia Gui Jin Do Gui Jiu Mergi Dek La Man Ze Me Len Da Lo Do Ma Nyang Jin Dan Ze Ra Wa De Ri Ji Lo Ye Min Gun Nan Ba Ji Da La Chu Jin Ga Da La Wei Za Lo Na Chu La Jiu Jin Gu Ren Jan Lang Gu Ren Men Pa Ma Tong Gun Chen Ye Yin Se Me Do Chen Jan Lang Ma Atani Dong Dong Ji Ma Zhe Chen Ko La So Xiang Ma Ju Rong De Wei Den Ri Den Jin Ling Ngo De Tun Ju Ju Nan Ko Long Jin Ji Den Zhe Wa Da Da Ji Ji Bo De Song Wei Lun De Yang Ma Ri Ji Nong Ne Sa Jiu Dong Ba Jia Hua Da Xia Gu Qi Yi Zhi Wei De Ho Du Yin Nen Ji Hua Xin De Lo Na Chu La Ju Jin Gu Ren Ji Lang Gu Ren Men Ma Tong Gun Chen Ji Ni Su Me Do Chen Jian La Ma Chen Ge De De Yin Na Mi Xi Xin Rang Qi Bo Ren Nyer Wei Ji Tian Ni Song Na Jiak Si Ge Sa Ye Ren Cong Jin Gu Lun Zhe So Le Jiao Tong Zhen Lang Ba Ba Zhen Ge Mi Jia Jian Tong Dong Ba Bei Sar Xin Ke Wu Gu Chu Ji Zu Gu Ne Cai Me Zui Ji Sen Kang Zhe Dun Bu Da Ba Dong Chun Cha Ji Jiong Rong Yang Ne Ne Zi Hu Yun Zhe Zhen Long Ge Da Bei Long Sen Xiu Ru Jian Zong Sang Hu La De Rua Jian Ming A Jun Nim Me Jie Bran Dong Ba Yang Zi Wei Nong Le Nam Zhe Ga Wai Sok Ji Rab Dong Qi Ge Ne Ba Jin Xun Ren Do Jian Sun Da Ba Ba Ge Xia Wen Tong Ne Lao Wu Ge Zhi Xin Bu Zhi Zong La Gong Me Ra Ji Sa Le Le Ji Zu Xi Ru Nyang Dan Chen Tan Chen Ran Me Long Na Me Nian Gu Ro Wa Dong Jie Wa Jie Go Dong Ga Wa Ta Dong Ta Wa Zo Da Dong Gu Xi Jun Me Nian Zi Wa Nam Zhong Jiu Ji Kang Lei Xing Wei Ji Xie Dong Zhao Gu Gun Long Jie Wei Zhe Lo Na Chu Le Jiu Jing Gu Ren Xie Lang Gu Men Ba Ma Tong Gun Qian Ji Ni Si Me Do Chen Jian Nam Zhi Xin Pong Le Nian Me Ge Wei Yo Sa Dong Long Jiu Me Yang Me Da Wei Se Kong Luan Da Re Me Ni Yi Da Lu Ri Ji Dang Wei Dang Nian Na Ba Sa Kong Ne Xing Wei Jin De Sen Na Jik La Jik Sa Zu Bin Jik Wa Jie Gu Xin Ji Wei Yang Da Long Da Pan Ta Me Bei Dong Er Ji Se Sang Wu De Men Ban Qian Ba Da Lu Na Chu Le Jiu Jing Gu Ren Jian Lang Gu Men Ba Ma Tong Gun Qian Ji Ni Si Me Do Chen Jian La Ma Chu Lam Jiu Jiong Ni Ju Me Dang Yi Tu Qian Gu Ru Yu Gu Xian Ba Sa Le Da On Yi Tu Ji Zo Ma Gang Wei Lang Gun De Le Lam Me Zhe De Da Wa Ma Tong Tu Ju Ju Ba Jian Gun Ba Xing Jiong Gu Yu Ru Gun Chu Ba No Jiong Rong Qian Ma San Wei Chu Den De Le Lam Me So 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 Nam Bar Qi Yun De Gun Do Le Zhen Na Cu Yu Ru Jiong Yin Jiong Gu Jiu Xi Cha Cha Tu Ba Jiong Yu Yu Dan Jian Tu Lam Ma Ring De Le Lam Me Zhe De So Jian Gan Jiu Yun De De Gu Sa En Bar Dan Jiong Rong Ju Xing De Ren Torba Ma Yang Chak Dong Ma Yi Bi Chu Jian De Le Lam Me Zhe De So Ni Dong De Le Nyor De So So Chu Men De Le Nyor De Xiong De So Chu Men De Le Nyor De Xiong De So So this is the taking refuge and generating bodhicitta. These two we also chant and the GBI together. Kunjo Zungo De Zawazan Zalang Tili Ronyi Shinjo Zango Ronyi Tuji Jinkola Shanja Nyingbo Warda Jab Zan Chen Song Hu Na Zong No Jun Sun Pa Sim Chi Ne Hu Na Zong No Jun Di Zuri Jin Kurba Lu Gui Jun De Chambe Wu San Yang Sang As Chi Me Hi Nga Ne Sam Je Do Lang Sum Shi Pa Do Ro Sam Gum Ne. This is Vajrasattva visualization and practice. Adani Dhamajore Began Dame Danje Hong Lama Durji Kasan Juzo Dorji Tenzi Nimada Jola Janzo the Vanyu Josan Davantola Chinchi Sola Pabino Jus Davaji Vedan Hong Yang Tamaran Majigon de Majiju. Yamim de Rojan Duzi Jinjo Sanji de Cover the Zoe Zalan Kanu Sanjay Leson Nedon Dictum Yedo Damali Shana Benzer Soto Samaya Manabala and Badr Soto de Nobody don't remember Soto Kayam Soto Kayam Rosame Sarvasam Prince of Sarvakan Masuda Metsan Yin Kron Ho Banga Sarvata Danga Badar Mamim Pama Samaya Zado Jin Gobodana Mission Momaya Tamsit and Garcin Lamango Bojam to Jedo Dorjins of Mother to Jim Bodani Jinjozola Dao Chanchi Go Song Tok Zawai and Locket Tanzania Badamitola Bigwada Jabanya don't get them as on the Davran to Zoro, he to be the Jason Magicians and Bada Chibi, you heard you didn't you don't have the Tawa in the Shenarji, the position around Latin Bejan. Rani Judur Jason Banon Malon, Ongazunia Davraji, Tuso Hong and Tamaji and Rushivazara levels and so on, you don't give up or sampling it and on Denver. Rani to Sanji, Barajoro, and Badr Sado Home, Bandra Sado Home, Yijin, the Devinamrisha. Kewan de yin yu de dorje samban ro jinin ro aji jamalo de salang ko parasho this mandala. Oma hong don sun ji den xia cha je jen chen da de samen ji be de da lu long ju je ba yang ba ju jin ko lo je be se je wo mi de jen to bo ko be shen ye ba ma da ren gen samen jen do. Du yin ju be ji fon san ye be pe long ge yin lo ju ba sho non si non da jen na mi ge tu ye ma ga chu ni re be ju ko no tu len de men nam da chen. This is due practice in preliminary practice. We have due practice. This is Guru Yoga. 용비 도마나 올라다다 뱀이 이전 중요한 대통령 좀 베베 소지 그런 저선은 저저설에 오고나 아주 지금 뭔가 저한테 별로 주베지 뭐 이제 담아다 저 뱀을 준비해다 간로 추종 담전 진들에 대해서 동냠니 전부 온도 사라 어제 이제 나면서 뱀만 계속 넘어라 연서 저진 거전에 뱀만 전에 시소는 거던 거나만 먹을 지지지서 더러지 신경라지 여서 그룹에마서 대원 일어든 반내시 다르 신규 돈이 넘버를 전사는 모션 조진지 무슨 주비 차장 먹고 선 매게 열려나 그 옷을 주고 mondaya 많이 이제 대마에 가서 건가지 레겐섬 제너야 그 대선 중을 걸어가 시시 kurban 마다 와라냐에 만다 쇼소란데 대선 사백에서 그 진보저랑 제든 거르는 버제는 산제 담지 도지 질런 대표섬 제 용제 공 지부 루동long 주로닝 도밤에 바젤람 번에 현장 하다가 지도는 도면그 지진 제가 변해 엄마 배는 거로 배마서다 달아서 연합에 다다 되는 님으로 무슨 동안다에 들리죠 마한 거로 오늘 거기 실라져 도봐 버진 또 예전 미 전는데 엄마 배는 거로 배마서다 많이 쓰인데 라나가야 바리 신경선 주르비 신경서 실리 돌잖아요 맞아서 우지 강월 전에 제수 배녀도 열매 전부 동제대 대동동의 주주지 이시 전부로 발행 감독 순제 맞을 만들 배대 바로 제수 배명 운영소로 인게 되는 카드 쓰다만 실라바 도제 연론에 도삼동 로바란제도 서로 오마 배정 거로 배마서다 배정 거로 배마 서도 공주비 소론대가네 에마호 자제 정론자비 인간의 당부 성지 축구권도 zon게 좀 춘대를 저러들 저저 죽은 자소 가럽들절라 가럽들 저소 반도도 샤라 안거서 이래서 마도도 주준 잠을 인냐 퇴근 걸로 전 전화서 담만 만들어서 한도서 조지 열람나도 잡을는게 저 배만용 에바로 토지 여선저 대원으로 도들 잠수다 하고 이제 간로 인조 가본 지면서 설반다선 저거서 학원에 주제다 뭐 현재도 이제 점리 지금 미저변이가 더 주베 좀 먼저 남겨서 저에서 보시면 다이얼어서 완다서 내로로냐다 해로 까버리 이시도제 urgen지를 주지 엄부자 저베 언제베 만벤자라 파란 소지 라만 저서 엄발어서 한다서 좀되고로서 근데 저가 나도 론사라로 근전 준비 때문에 마다 전에 그 주제로서 한다서 다 주신제 알로 zelenge brin jumishan urjelama donde me hide jeson garosamanyano no tumjome beto surisheroje tuju gombishala jona no se kunde yene ome shin langa chu goro to me bere pomo shedo me be zo wa chi shin yi ju de rebena chuni ngo zome jen ban tong wara sho seme do ban no ja za ba ko do le no konde bero sara long ke shin kam se la be chu ze londe chen boro song je de shona ngor de se sambar shin da nam je nyawo ma chu 대롱 류엔당미 연자마르나 나긴 저인 뒤지 동에도 저와서 가다 주고 저 활동 농장농주도 그저 측축 도갈 남지 짤존에 마봉주다는 저 송전 오저르도 반적에서 송지 현대면서 저거 연도 문주른도 메살마르나 마금 송지 중에 알람절라다네로니 저기는 제버고 오지 보통서 진지 장동 조저 얼전 상천 추지 가당지 비서서这些 도르지 온전한 타연적 인여소서 렌지 자라 잠수 실라 동에 주인 삼 잡에 담바 Hanjur Dan La Zomi Jangsam Ji, Dendren Onjur Sonji Tobar Sho, Ji Kajami Basava, Nini Davo Goba. Wan Lang Wan Ne, Guru Mizane, Umjika Chuji Davan Sabale, Wazan Rangi Jiwana Shu, Liji Tang, Zai Jabata, Kudorji, Shalabaju, Bimon to Vajanam Jinu the Jur. Nami Rinzi Sama there to go Moto Bekarwa Jula Sha, Dambane, Ajika Pimara, Dambarvale, Wazan Rangi the Manashu, Majale, no longer the Bata, Sondorji Shalabju, Zan Hon. The Jujin the Jura Sama Rinzi Sama there, Lonju Zopicon. Garvara Jula Sha, Tuki, whom you can not go to levels and Rangan. Sugar usually don't tell you about the Dojala, Shara, the General, the General, and the sound Chuku compound of Garvara Jula Sha. Larian to give only who in Bajaganda Bamas in the J, Ransom Tademe Bande, Guili, Quincy Late, and Shi Jebajan, Isidori Jela, second some bottom, on top of Kata, the Wajam, the Jura, and the sound Tartogan Mawani. Karwa Jula Shako, Ma Hon, better go to the Masters, then Lame to Ganda was on my foot. True, don't Jibayari, Yishima Dani, the Jena, your Mazarvin, Karabazan, or Marja Conversation, and go to Ramboje to Gartembe. Hear me, Roger, Dojo. In me, Roger, some Jew don't drink on the Barasha, or the lead on the Patanza, Lama, and Bojet, your minister, like a region book on it. Because I'm doing more of the permanent number of Alakaj, and a lot of men. In the Libun Doem, Lamichel of the land you show, you are going on the Lamadan, or Michu Balan, and the Southern Lamji, and on the Dorjan Kong. Mobane Gavadi, Javakan, also just Navli Shilling, Tamakanya, Tabration, Rokunga, Shini, Bada, Shida, Bada, Samba, Shin. Kunjang, Gune, Sambo, Rig, Joro, Jay, Jabarba, which is in Chimbada, Kunda, Sambati, the Zakan, Jagavan, Tatan, Damatas, Gujarat, or Kalanchotama, the dog is under. Sambo, Jarab, Dango, where Jay, Gondu Java, Tamja, Tori, then to the Topic, Jimata, Judan, Temperature, into the wrong, you Lama. Lama Tamini, the Zanda Jula, Jobri, and the Nimbotan send the Sibi Jams of Karash, Sibatam, short of Noni, Shembendo, Jonga members, Lapin, short member. Tamji, Chamji, Sanji, Dobere, Shoji, the Wajan Volonji, taking on Roma, the Banam Jalamson, the Rinzin, Jingmel, and Bala, Sobatamba, the Meka, you change themselves, Mubata. Not in Nanjuro by Chambo, Jingmin Chile was the Regi, Chibi, Gary, Jinju, Namja, Lama, Sonjes, and Pondri, Rego, Somboron, Yaran Utan, Jan, and Ronkam Jamso. La Pemba Jim, Minji, Brajorge, Sarvamanga. Yeah, that is the long for that. And this preliminary practice is very important. In the West, we have well-known famous book that's called The Word of My Perfect Teacher. Is commentary on these texts, commentary of these texts, maybe. And these texts are written by Rinzin Minlingbasa, the main disciple. Jigme Chenle was there, which is who is the first Dodo Rinpoche. Maybe a few of you have chance to meet him, get empowerments or teachings from him. Or my Nyingtik empowerment and teaching, most Nyingtik, especially in Jigme Lingba's teachings. There's 9 volumes I got from Dodo Rinpoche. So it's my teacher, Dodo Rinpoche, is the 3rd reincarnation of the first Dodo who wrote this preliminary practice. So you can see that after that, then we have all famous yogis and practitioners and scholars. For example, Jamyang Chense Wangbo and Batu Rinpoche, Jamgon Gongzhou, Dzogchen Lingpa, and all these famous teachers. Teachers are the these first order Rinpoche, and then we have other Jingme students. So we are lucky that we are in this lineage. So the preliminary practices, whatever you are doing, is similar. We have taking refuge, and then bodhicitta, vajrasattva, mandala. You can see the structure here is as the same most of the time. And then we have maybe a little bit Yu practice. Then comes to Guru Yoga. This is quite extensive Guru Yoga, and it's a very profound. And this is sort of we are here once we have great our maybe merit bring us together, and also these requirements that I receive from individuals that also collectively discuss, and so we kind of start from preliminary practice. That is sort of auspicious ness of this event, and then of course we are going to this or going through these lines of the text, and which is of course most profound teachings. If you think there's teachings that have aspirational teachings, have some are very pithy, and also some are very broadly kind of contain or subsume all the Buddhist teachings. So this is one of them that not only talks about the profundity or the ultimate reality or the ground, our mind nature itself, but will later will go through the 100 deities, so which lawful and peaceful deities. That is important because we all Vajrayana practitioners, and especially we practice the Yamantaka, Vajrakalaya, Hayagriva, and those are we need to know a little bit about them, and these are important. How these deities arise from our own mind nature. So that's another important things we can discuss in this text. And yesterday, of course, we went through very, very, very important verses that show us mainly our mind is not only the creator of the samsara, but also it's the nirvana itself is situated in our mind nature. Nirvana is not out there, and that makes us who we are. Sometimes we say that is maybe not really elegantly to say, but knowing that our mind nature is Dharmakaya is important. In our chanting, the Namo Nangsi Namda is say, may I realize my mind as Dharmakaya. So that is the four purpose of our practice. So now we go to maybe the sort of third verses. And yesterday we kind of say, if you don't mind, we can, if you have phonetic one, maybe we can recite the first three verses together to see. It's important sometimes what we went through, and then we can slowly go. Everyone has the phonetic one. Do you have phonetic one? Please take the phonetic. Everyone. Nāsīṃ gurṇḍē tāṃ jīgā shījī lāṃ jīvāñi rāyḍāṃ mārē chūndrū dē Kuntunzangpo mālaṃ jī jīyēṃ bōrāṃ ngōmbā dōdē sāṃ jīshō Khenpo Yeshi Rinpoche Godem Kuntunzangpo Dzogchen me ba shi dan ten ye shi lai rong jiang re. Che nan do go ro jiang ma da ten me men be te ma go. Che ran na jiang ma go rong re so la ne ba. Si san je yang ang cha me do yong a la cha pa me dong me she pa rong jiang la do be so dang dong a me. So usually this is called the four-finger melody. If you first one is a little bit lower than the second one. Second one's up, down, down. If you hear, if next time when you do umzi, of course it's the same as the Deva change Mulang here. Maybe you can hear. I can do the first four. Nāsīṃ gurṇḍē tāṃ jīgā shījī lāṃ nīṃ jīvāñi rāyḍāṃ mārē chūndrū dē Kuntunzangpo mālaṃ jī. So it's four finger. Or this way maybe. Yeah. So that is how we chant. Then the third verses. We have the Samantabhadra, and here Samantabhadra that I think on the page is that page 26. Is that what? Page 26, yeah. I Kuntunzangpo abide intrinsic awareness, even though the three realms are to be So yesterday we talked about, anyone know exactly where we start? Yeah, 25, I think. And so this ground, the mind nature, which once we realize or recognize this our mind nature, then what we call Buddhas. And we don't recognize our mind nature, we call sentient beings. In a Dzogchen tradition, it's called mind is samsara. So mind means samsara. It's, in English, it's a little bit difficult to say. Buddha mind. I think sometimes people say Buddha mind. In the Tibetan, the Simjian, one who possesses mind, the sentient beings, what we call is one who possesses mind, which is called Simjian, one who has mind. If has a person or a beings has mind, which means sentient beings, which is in a dualistic world, and that is not a Buddha. But we cannot really use the mind for Buddha's wisdom, or the primordial knowing, or primordially knowing. The wisdom, Yeshi Rigpa, or the Shirp, maybe. Those are used for Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, but mainly the sentient beings we have seen. However, of course, we use the bodhicitta. The bodhicitta is the Sanskrit word, and that translated in Tibetan as Changkyup Sem. There is a Sem, and which Sem is we need to think about beyond sort of Sem. If you read Tibetan, here we have this right before we are going to look at the verse that say there's 3 lines, and Tini Rigna Sang Jite. If you recognize these, you are Buddha. Marik Sumchen Kurvancha. If you don't recognize these, you are sentient beings. So we have Simjian, and you have now transliteration. So Simjian means the one who possesses mind. So then the final prayer is realize the 2 meaning of inexpressible ground. So inexpressible ground, these the breaking down, and these what we are using is maybe a little bit breaking down in the wrong place, because they think these every 4 lines should be break. But you can see here is obviously I Kuntunzangpo is sort of starting point. Or first is talking about the ground, and then what Samadabhadra did. So we often talk about this. We saw the single ground, yet 2 paths. The 2 paths are due to the recognition and not recognizing the ground. And we need to recognize our Rigpa, our mind, our wisdom, and that's why this afternoon we will have pointing out, and until that we try to understand what we have and what we can do. And now we can maybe read from page 25, or the Lotso Tsawa House one should be different. And if you have small green book or our prayer book, I don't know how to break down. But we read, I Kuntunzangpo have realized the truth of this ground, free from cause and condition, which is just this self-arising awareness. So this part is what we are looking now. If everyone's follow me. I Kuntunzangpo. So use I, of course, in the Buddhist teachings, I is problematic, and we call self-clinging, and which is the cause of samsara. It's called marikpa, ignorance. But here, the Kuntunzangpo prayer used as a Kuntunzangpo as I. This teaching is directly coming from Kuntunzangpo. That's why it's so powerful. And also yesterday we found this the grammatical particle that makes reason. As samsara is just as a dream, so that's why we are sort of innately we are awakened. That's why enlightenment is not that far. It's right here in the moment. And this Kuntunzangpo used as I because through Kuntunzangpo we are getting this aspiration prayer. So what Kuntunzangpo realized is this ground. This ground as a single ground we talked about yesterday, which we don't need to think about far distant reality, but it's talking about our own mind nature itself. So these mind nature is free from cause and conditions. The cause and the conditions are, and we think about when we say impermanent, which means something created by cause and condition. Once created, compounded, then it can break down, and it is also impermanent, and it will. It's not everlasting thing, which is just this self-arising awareness. This a little bit the Tibetan and English seems a little bit not different. Of course, what they say in Lotsawa House. Um, can so I, Samadhamada, know the ground reality, which is without cause and condition, is originated by self within a very still not quite seems right, but seems here it's originated by itself within the very ground. It seems the truth in here is more I Kuntunzangpo realize these naturally by my own awareness. So either way, we cannot fix everything now, but what is the? I think that's I'm using, but can we? Okay. Yeah, I suppose they like the Bhagat Rinpoche's translation. Seems he know more. We have usually. Yes, here what we have. I Samantha innately know, maybe that's better, naturally know, or but it's the basic fact, avoid cause and condition, not flow by outward inflation or inward detraction, nor contrived by the dark will of unconsciousness. Hence, self-appearances have not been tamed by fault. So it's something that the knowing is a natural knowing. So that is seems important part of it. Even we when we say the ground itself is single. Yeah? Single means there is no Kuntunzangpo, there is no sentient beings. But as soon as the ground, sometimes people call ground presencing or ground appearancing, appearing, that the moment the recognition takes place. So we are same thing. Sometimes we think about in distant past. We are not talking really about the distant past. Even at the moment now, we are sort of fulging or the rising or the manifesting from the ground. So that's why in the Pardo teachings or Pardo, we need to go through these process or these stages. As soon as we die, black out, and then we sort of arise from or wake from this black out, and then the actual Dharmakaya reveals. Whether if we have good practice, then we may recognize a chance to recognize. If we don't have mind-pointing teachings, or we don't have these teachings that expose, then we may miss that part, and that glimpse we may not. We do not recognize, and at that point, then we are all over again to go through the more course, and that will come here. So that is how the other things. But now we have more translations, but sometimes people make some mistakes. So that is hopefully in the future maybe can fix those things to make better. So meanwhile, we just tolerate these translations and how much whatever we can get from these translations is better. And yesterday I point out there's maybe some reasonable things, therefore, and so forth. Those are important, but this is anyway. The Samadhi recognize their its own nature through own nature by itself. So that is important when we this afternoon when we discuss our what our Rigpa Rigpa's function is. Then because the subject-object duality need to collapse. How can be that collapse? Then we need to see that both subject and objects are nothing but Rigpa. And then there is we call recognition or realization or understanding, knowing, whatever we verb use at that moment. Then it's become singularity, the one ground. And there is no object, there is no subject, there is no action either. We just call it recognition, but it's not really the action to recognize something. It become itself. So that's why this innately knowing or innately realizing or naturally these are the same thing. Everything rises from the ground, and everything also stays in the ground, never stray from ground. And that's why anything happened, it's happened in the ground. That's just more important. That's why there's nothing but ground. You remember we say single ground means there's no other choice. It's just single ground. And how further this recognition this self-recognition, maybe self-recognition is better. The self-recognition happens to Kuntunzangpo, to Samadhi, and the quality of this self-recognition is following. It is unstained by outer expression and inner thoughts, affirmation or denial, and is not defiled by the darkness of unmindfulness. That's another term that is easy to use, but we don't know exactly what does that mean in English. That this self-manifesting display is free from defects. So see, there's 4 lines. The quality of this self-recognition of the Samantabhadras. The Samantabhadra recognize the ground, unelaborated ground, which is one's own nature. And this recognition is free from these things, stains, or outer expression and inner thoughts. These are related to. And this is also not defiled by the or the of. And then we mindfulness is this modern term, mindfulness, which is more Western term, then it's difficult to translate. If we try to translate this mindfulness back to either Sanskrit or Tibetan, as there's not really equivalent word in the tradition. But this mindfulness is probably created by our first introduced Dharma into West, we have this mindfulness. Then in the modern days, mindfulness is a very popular term, and also people often say the mindfulness is related to the meditation. And this mindfulness is so popular that now we are, without thinking the meaning or without what we are doing, we are assuming that all meditation are sort of mindfulness meditation. And of course, Tibetan, we have Chemba, which is also sometimes translation from Sanskrit, Smriti, and also Chemba is sort of memory. But here, Chemba usually translates memory, remembering, and here translate as mindfulness. And Chemba is also Tibetan Chemba has sort of longing, sort of thinking, and the Chemba has, in a Dzogchen context, we have much more broader understanding of that. So here we need to think about what is unmindfulness. That would be. And this is used as a darkness of unmindfulness, which means this unmindfulness is not a good thing to us. And thus, this manifesting display or these the self-appearing has no defects or free from defects, which means once you, I think yesterday we talked a little bit about, or maybe the appearances is not really the problem. The problem is how we attach to it, or we clinging on it, or we attach to, then sort of concretize the appearances. So once disconnect from the objects or the appearances, the Kuntunzangpo, once self-realize the ground, then the subject-object dualities collapse, and the appearances, manifestation of appearances has no defects, or that doesn't bothers. Yeah. So that's another 4. And then here it says, I, Kuntunzangpo, abide at intrinsic awareness, even though the 3 realms are to be destroyed, there is no fear. Here in the Tibetan, we don't really have I, Kuntunzangpo. It say the Rangrik Sola Neba, which means the intrinsic awareness abides another word as here use this small book, or they say that when reflexive awareness abides in a place. Both doesn't really give exactly what we have the other one. When abiding and genuine intrinsic awarenesses. The soul here is could mean soma, new, fresh, naked, intrinsic. So this awareness abides nakedly or freshly in this moment of realization. That's try to emphasize in Tibetan. So the once we abide in this realm of intrinsic awareness, freshly or nakedly or nothing but awareness, then whatever things happened around is we don't need to worry about, or there's no things that can bother us. Even though the three realms are to be destroyed, there is no fear. So this is the confidence of Dzogchen view. So we need to gain a little bit more confidence. Yeah, that's the practitioners of Dzogchens we do. If we are as the same as others, we are more sensitive and more vulnerable and more agitated and more, how to say, intolerant, then our practices probably we cannot proud of. We are Dzogchen practitioners. So of course, when mosquitoes or some bugs or bite you, may be painful, but still we can tolerate small things. Even here is introducing that collapse the whole three realms. We should not have any fear. If that we can do is perfect, but we can practice step by step to a little bit more tolerant in anything. It's not necessarily good things we can accept, but bad things sometimes people have a difficult time to adjust these things because we want to. Sometimes we like to fix a whole world, yeah, and which means our own way, which probably means not everyone's opinion, and that means we are against something. So that here is there's no fear. Means there's no fear of others' judgment, and there's no fear of anything that intolerable things, especially our lineage, Garchen Rinpoche. He tolerate everything, yeah, and especially he teaches 37 Bodhisattva practice again and again, many thousand times, and he say everything in there, and there, how much we can practice, not even we talk about Dzogchen, but the 37 Bodhisattva practice introduce or teachings is really sort of against our daily norms or what practitioners think often that something can tolerable, something are not tolerable. But once we can practice 37 Bodhisattva practice well, then probably easy to become a Dzogchen practitioner or Mahamudra practitioner. We cannot practice 37 Bodhisattva practice, then it's a little bit difficult. there is sometimes people even make jokes that have you ever heard of this 37 Bodhisattva practice? Say if you didn't do any wrong, but someone chopped your head, you need to respect that person as your own guru. And then people just finally saying that if someone chopped my head, how I can respect that person? I'm already dead. Yeah, but still, that kind of tolerate. If you can build, then I'm sure everything will be fine. We have examples. Gacha Rinpoche, he went through more than any one of us, and he has no regret, or he has no hatred in his mind. So, and that's kind of practice we need to try to build, because luckily we have some role models. Yeah, always we need role models that either you call teacher or either you call sangha or something that you can look after, and that is really important. We are not talking about if you. Okay, okay, okay. So that is our good karma somehow bring us together and meet such lama in this life. And then we have more and more, of course. Then we have another form. There is no attachment to the five desirable qualities of sense objects. In the self-arising, consciousness free from thoughts, there is neither solid form nor the five poisons. In the unceasing clarity of awareness, singular in essence, there yet arising display of five wisdoms. So here we maybe pause a little bit. And again, the breaking down is we maybe not go through in the unceasing clarity of the mind. Awareness singular in essence, there yet arising display of five wisdoms. So the five wisdom part, and then it's talking about the deities and so forth. But before that, there's no attachment to the five desirable qualities of the sense objects. So in a Dharma practice, we often talk about that how these five poisons, five sense objects, takes us to different routes. And there is a sort of metaphor or example of these five sense objects, how attract, lure us to put in trouble. They use the butterflies or moths. They are attracted by the butter lamp in Tibet. Butter lamps burn in the night, and the butterfly, the moths, they think this so beautiful, and they jump into the fire and they fall into the hot oil and they die there. So that is an example of how if we are attracted to the beautiful forms, then we could attract in that sense. And then in Tibet, there's hunters. Usually they have flutes to blow flutes to attract deers or the herbivore animals, wild animals to kill. So if we listen to the very nice music and we attract to the music, and then in that way the pleasant sound could allure us to be trapped in another situation. And then we say our tongue is attached to the taste, so that's why fishes are captured by hooks. And then our body is attached to kind of comfortable clothes or the nice clothes. Then it's like the elephants stuck in the mud. First, they think I want to play a little bit to touch my body with soft mud, but then they get good trapped. So these kind of things could these five sense objects could lure us from that. And there is a good story. Maybe I can share this. This is sort of famous and relevant to us. The between Dzogchen yogi and ordinary beings. They say there was two people. They're very good friends. One was carpenter and one was a yogi. And they went through forest. It's relevant here. There's a lot of nice trees. And then they both passed this nice giant tree, and the yogi was just past a nice tree. No chain of thoughts again. But the carpenter was thinking that I can cut down this tree and I can bring these logs to my place and dry, and I can make a nice table and chair, and then I can sell to the market, and then I can make a lot of money. And so this chain of thoughts is not stopping. So that is sort of how practitioners and non-practitioners can be differentiated there. The practitioners see things, but there's no chain of thoughts. Yeah, but yogi, the carpenter, this chain of thoughts. These things may never happen, but our chain of thoughts, wishful thinkings, are occupy and trapped, and then sometimes getting troubles after that. So there's these five senses are our could lure us our mind unless we can stop. If we don't stop, they have something lure, but we think they have these qualities lure, but not really. We are attached to those objects. In self-arising consciousness, free from thoughts, there's neither solid form nor the five poisons. So these are the qualities of the realization. When realization dawns, then all these problems should be subsided. So we try to do that. Hopefully, this pointing out will help you. Meanwhile, we have a text that I was thinking we could chant now because we have a little bit time, and that's usually in a Dzogchen practice. Its confession is very important. That's why in a preliminary practice we have Vajrasattva practice. That is a confession and restoration, and this is important. Somehow I forget my text. That Suyan kindly print out. So what I'm thinking, these practices are really profound, important. Is related to our 100 deity, and we need to purify our bad karma. And if we think there's bad, there's not really bad things yet until we think it's bad. So, but still, you think need to bad things purify, then we can purify through these chanting. This chanting is also related to our text. Will introduce 100 deity. Here is invoking 100 deity to recite. I'm thinking maybe since this text is very important, and maybe first we chant in the Tibetan this morning, then this afternoon when we come back, we chant in English, and then we start the pointing instruction after this chanting, because this is important to purify our mind. And this melody is same thing as the other melody, but I may not use bell. Is that okay in a Tibetan, or you want to read in English? Okay. Let's read with Lama, page 1. Lama Rinzin, can you see? That's phonetic there. Lama Rinzin Jarwa Shinju Jin Koroje Lazo Tamjin Dunje Nam Karan Benza Samanza. When we say that, then we imagine, we thinking all the deities are in front of us. You can read the early one. Maybe Sandra, you can help to read before that. Visualize.
Visualize in the space in front of you all the masters, Buddhas, and peaceful and wrathful deities presiding upon lotus, sun, and moon seats, endowed with a presence so vivid and clear, it is as if you were directly perceiving them in front of you. Then, before them all, emanate as many bodies as there are atoms in existence. With your speech, recite the text of the confession, and in your mind feel intense remorse. This confession can be practiced at any time in post-meditation. By maintaining the view and keeping the samaya commitments, there will be swift accomplishment.
Lama Rinzin Jarwa Shinju Jin Koroje Lazo Tamjin Dunje Namka Benza Samanza. Ima Hoi Choju Deji Gwenje Dan Che Lama Jarwa Shido Yonzo Gong Deji Nyanda Binde Dan La Shio Nyam Cha Nara Jangje Jangje Yoden Punzo Lama Nam Lai Chanza Lo Mi Mi Dre Chu Ji Go La Chanza Techen Long Ju Zo Bi Go La Chanza Lo Zhong Gong Ji Zhi Bi Go La Chanza Nilo menjur dorji gola janzalo yondang umbar janjogo janzalo nyamo shenze shivi lala janzalo loda zarjo gola janzalo Tham quan sa đai jam bai go lai chan za lo chong ra ra ro be me song lai chan za lo yang da tan den ben za to lai chan za lo Teng an de se de zi men lai chan za Chikwa Yamze Purve La Chanza Lom Jue Ngada Mamu Zola Chanza Lo Sata Lamzo Rinzin Zola Chanza Lo Denpa Zungze Damjen Nong La Chanza Lo Dragon Dunz Ngada Zola Chanza Rong Rei Rong Xin Churwa Nyam Yin An Le Ye Shi Sha Kuntunzangpo Yam Yam La Yi Chu Ta Je Chansa Me do yi me gomba la yi shi nga yi won da za ren a de wa yi ba la nyo mo da je re chan za yin yi nga le ji bi ju yi shi nga yi 周小我眼界眼见啊南来中啊大街站在日日之外忙不从这天的让下位。想就三百劫南来，南西大劫将走。一生安里有点做，进度我这人瞧在人呗。就别拉么艰难来，有的大劫将走。Duk ban dun zi ba wu gu da dun zin bi jiang dong zhi da zhi gu wai xin nan la lo da da ji jiang zang xiang dai ning ji ga wa dang dong nyum xie yin zhuo dang zi 高江这么些难来，大街来抢咱都把这领个罗这马人往给中华也，头先的人在这着拦出。 大街来抢咱喽，跟得上。 Rikbe zare chencho zolam tianza Tanga ma pong dar jin be ru ka la chan za la. Yin li gu xin ta ji jo chong mo yong la chan za lo. Tao li zhi wei zong jin mo chong mo ji la chan za. Sa yin chen shon pon ya mo chan men ji la chan za lo. Jin tong jin zi ma gong ma shi la chan za. Ji dan wang lu zhu ba mo wang qiu ma la chan za lo. Ya men ta ga xin ji xi an ji zhi bin ko ji ko. Jam ba go la chan za lo tan jin jar bo wang ge la. Wang ra ta jin ko ji ko pe ma song la chan za. Bar jen ben za ye ro ga rong na zar win gor ji ko. Yang da to la chan za lo. Jom den chen jo he ro ga. Xie zhe ran jia ho yi gu yu den ji la chan za lo. Dor ji xue ne chen li an ge cho jun bar win ko ji. Chen len ze la chan za lo. Ngon zo jar bo he ro ga. Jung wang a li zhu bin ko ma mo zo la chan za la. Ren zin dor ji ye cha bo za sa dan lam la ni bin ko. Nam jiang ju zo la chan za lo. Hong zang wei da. Ji den ba nam ji gu den ba jiang la chan za lo. Dov den na kun tu zai jin chang a da bo mang bo. Dragin dor la chan za lo. Te dar jar wa ji ru la. Gin zan du ja zar nam. Nam tse nyam chan gun chan ne tsam me nga ye dik pan ta. Nara ne chan tan zhum de rin zin jar we chen dan ra. Le ji nam bar min bi chan a dan tor la yi je ya. Meng a dong la dong wei jiang mu bi tan mo yin ga ra jia. Te bi dang za da den za re xie zhu la zong san. Ji si lung an zui ji de dor ji san bai ji wo gang. Na ra tong zhu yin bo de on ben za sa do san. Manu balaya ambanzara sado teno ba de dandro me sudo kayo me bawa subo kayo me bawa anarado me bawa sarva sute me bayan sarva karma sudame sudan yirin kuro ha ho banga wan ta danga dan benza ma men benza bava ma samaya sado ho shi zhou ram jiang gong su su jian wei ga dang la mei long 谢谢马金刚心中多吉罗帮真钱，也个大当大瓦罗松满吉当江扎拉，俺三这做家当西得做的万我塞。 그의 담세 냠바 난자와 시루 쟁아야 제당 라당 골마사 답단 대조마다 종게 담세 냠바 난르가 시루 쟁아야 上去你儿子当街把跟来着先当街，也当街娘把那家娃是住见啊呀，是把下位当街啊，人家嘛是老把的。 me pon wa ye tam se nga ma re wang ge tong an ko tam da lang be tam se nga zang me re de dang huang me ji zhe bai xia wei tam se nga rong la ne pa ra ma xi lo 结巴小维当真啊，也三马一老牌，原来当真娘把那一当来一件啊呀，年把那这边等真也伢当头中就把。 来了因为你的目送就是将草地将根干走小分娘老马之外咱这就把真话一错他妈做娘别讲 看着当前金儿呀，一起谈娘带位，这样跟一样就是因把没别，没把没别个娘来一没别的。 热多没别想就是早晚也来谈姐姐，恰恰马用马希望，下下下些你没着，红曲节迎你着把没把，我有没你说大话当日去。 我本在满真百娘人梦，真没得见浪的下白，跟得上坡上岸没把拉，我长大没玩大话唐人去， Song Ni Sun Zhen Bai Nyang Re Mo Ge Zang De Jian Long De Ya Ba Ra Nyam Bai Ni La Chi Jian Me Ba La Da Dan Xian De Da Wa Da Re Ji Qi Jiang Ni Sun Zhen Bai Nyang Re Mo Nyang Ni De Jian Long De Ya Ba Ra Chang Jia Zhen Lai Ji Xi Me Ba Lai De Dan Xi Ma Da Wa Tang Re Ji Ye Xi Ni Zhen Zhen Ba Nyang Re Mong Nan Qi Me Yung Zhong Long De Ya Ba Ra Tek Le Chen Bo Cha Zu Me Ba La Ai Su Dan Ji Su Da Wa Tang Re Ji Cha Zu Ye Zhen Zhen Ba Nyang Re Mo Gun Nen Dun Bo Tek Le Long De Ya Am Jur Wai Me Be Nga Ni Le Tong Man Ta Ma Da Wa Tang Re Ji Bonjour, ni zhen zhen ba nian re mo, tu som jir wa me be lang de yang. Rang jian yi yi zo zhe char wa la, jin zhe ni se da wa tang re ji. 作者人生真把年人马让将自人美郎的小巴拉吉，日边一日大吉车我来，生前年色大瓦堂日吉。千年生真把年人马，日边一日郎的小巴拉。 去年南大洲把没把来，生儿年少大瓦堂的去，但为你生真把年人忙，去年南大浪的哑巴来去。 下一刚来用多没把来，知道难得大瓦堂日去，用多你生真把年人忙，下一用多没别浪的。 用尽看见他们没把来，等到我的大瓦堂日去。 他们人生真百年人么，半个用到没别浪的。这个来人生没把来，这大难的大瓦当日去。 我去年生真百年人么，就跟着我没别浪的。 那人这为生千年日节，送没出来我帮怎满人。康萨人这为生那样日可，姐妹出来我当大的。 那是就马人把来马些的上人拿来生节巧白节，可罗瓦拉些没把来马些的，年轻只为着了大把兰子。 没些结我乱的样人口，等别谈我没给来拉脏，当别干活没就因为路，让人当没因为来拉，等这当。 年日节也是没别浪的下巴子， So maybe we stop here. Tomorrow we will have a talk offering in the end, and then we can chant these with the talk and butter lamp and so forth together. The rest of the text. And this afternoon, when we come back, we chant these texts in English, and then we start a short introduction. And I think we still have a few more minutes. Questions? Yes. Maybe.
So the question is how to transfer experience from Dzogchen or Mahamudra into daily life outside of meditation, because I think it's much easier to achieve experience of mind in meditation. Then all this confusion is very easy to rise.
Yes. Here, yes, I got this question often. Of course, thank you so much for, again, this question. It's important. How do we apply maybe our daily life for these meditations? I often use as a dosage. If you have a good dosage of dosage, everyone knows dosage. Yet when you take medicine, if you take more dosages, it's would have more potency. And there's a post meditation and meditation equipoise. Sometimes we call meditation equipoise. Because meditation is based on a view, what we believe, which means we need to build up our understanding of whether there is self or not, or samsara exists or not. These are important. Of course, then all the Buddhist teachings are there's no self, there's no other, there's no samsara. So that way, then we meditate on emptiness or our mind's nature. If we realize at the moment maybe we don't have experience, but that impacts our post-meditation with daily life. Maybe before we understanding or realizing this, we may have a much more strong sense of what good and bad are, what is solid and non-solid, and we are attached to things maybe stronger than the meditation that's we done. And if our meditation are done correctly, then we should have that residual, or that's we took high dosage of that meditation correctly, then it would have impact the post meditation. We should see less harmful things, less attached to things, and easy to deal with around us or beyond. So these are called practice. So we cannot maintain the meditation 24 hours, that's for sure. But we can maintain the mindfulness state and less attached to things, more I get along with everything, anything, not only people, animal, or trees, even our beloved tarmacs on streets that we have potholes that usually the people don't like, but we should embrace that as well. And so these are the sign of the practice. And Garchen Rinpoche told me that since he was a small boy, his father trained him that he never lost mindfulness and the Mahamudra way of training. He said that later sort of helps Dzogchen practice. So it's mindfulness is I still don't know exactly is this correct word or not, but it's that is the whole practice, which means we should not lose our core understanding, way of treating others. So that's we can bring in any level, while you're cooking, driving, or even sleeping, maybe. So that's what I understand. Okay, we have a short dedication.
Mhm. Maybe, see what page, 18? Lord Jigten Samgun's dedication.
Mm-hmm.
Is that good? Okay. Glorious, holy, venerable, precious, kind, root, and lineage gurus, divine assembly of Yidams, assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, heroes and heroines, Yogini and her assembly of Dakinis, all of you dwelling in the 10 directions, please heed me. By the power of this vast root of virtue, may I benefit all beings through my body, speech, and mind. May the afflictions of attachment, hatred, ignorance, pride, and jealousy not arise in my mind. May thoughts of fame, reputation, gain, respect, honor, and concern for this life not arise for even a moment. May my mind stream be moistened by loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta, and may I become a spiritual master with good qualities equal to the infinity of space. May I gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra in this very life. At the moment of death, may I not experience the suffering of being abruptly severed from this life. May I not suffer a terrible death. May I not be confused by wrong view. May I not experience an untimely death. May I die joyfully and happily in the great luminosity of the mind itself and in the crystal clarity of Dharmata. May I, in any case, gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra at the time of death or in the bardo.
Thank you, everyone. Now we can go through our text. Okay, on the page 26. Any questions we need to go through before? Okay. We didn't chant through these. How about our... I don't know, our printout we have... Is this? Okay. I know. Oh, we can maybe the phonetic. Do you see Rigpi Sarcha Mangapa? Rigpi Sarcha Mangapa? Yeah. Now we look at the 100 deities. Okay, everyone are there? Rigveza Chamanga Bango Jila Ishinga Ishinga Wamibale Dome Sanji Ringa Tele Yishinda Jebe Sanji Shijo Zanyi Jong Yishinga Yidarshawe Chandon Chujo Tambanjo Teje Shiren Torma Nyong Me Sanji Ngaye Ngaye Molam Tabaye Kamson Korwe Simshen Ranja Rekba Ngojene Yishi Chenbon Tai Jisho. Maybe we stop there because now we are talking about the first. There is samsara and nirvana, and that samsara and nirvana are just nothing but our delusional way of seeing it, or we think samsara and nirvana are there, and these rising and ceasing, or the samsara first, we thinking about the single ground, yet two paths and two fruition. The two paths are mainly talks about the sometimes they call ground presencing, whether we call ground presencing or ground appearing. Soon as there, the recognition and unrecognition is occur. So that is the split of the samsara and the nirvana. So that's why yesterday we talked about the samadhi recognition of the mind nature is flawless, and that's why samadhi is becoming Buddha. And the sentient beings, first there is, if we think about layers of ignorance, but the very first ignorance is just sort of a doubt arise, whether these appearances are coming from me or these appearances are coming from something else. So that doubt leads to further and further, and this text has really good explanation. Where we will see, and that become more intensified and concretized, and then we are trapped in our own misunderstanding or delusion. So that's what we will see. And the first, we always talk about these partial beings, see 100 deities, and the 100 deities are the enlightened bodies. And especially in the Nyingma tradition, we have that. And we mainly chant these afternoons chanting. They categorize these 100 deities. And also here, we have 42 peaceful deities, and either we call 60 or 58 lawful deities. So these, without we have some text or some explanations, or the names and colors and attributes are a little bit difficult. I don't see here we have 100,000 deity tankas, but sometimes it comes with one tanka, sometimes with the two tanka, one peaceful, one lawful. So then we look at those things. Each deity would see with different colors, different shapes, and also many of them has animal heads. So we summarize sort of in the groups. We will see. And this is also, if samsara is our sort of mistaken confusion manifestation from that, then nirvana is also our part of the nature kind of manifestation. And these deities are our own Rigpa's dynamic energy that manifests outwardly. It's called maybe display that we can see. It's in the increasing clarity of awareness, once the realization occur, but then the Kuntunzangpo's realization, increased clarity of the awareness, singular in essence, yet there are, or yet there arises the display of the five wisdom. The five wisdom we often talk about. Dzogchen usually we have 555s. It's called 25 diffusions. Mainly the five wisdom is we have in the Dzogchen tradition we have Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, and then Nirmanakaya, and then Mingyur Dorjiku, unchanging water body, and Ngombar Changchupku, the fully awakening body. So these five are the Buddha bodies that we talk about, not five family Buddhas. These five bodies of Buddhas, and then based on that, then we can apply that these wisdoms are Dharmakaya wisdom, Sambhogakaya wisdom, Nirmanakaya wisdom, unchanging water body wisdom, and fully awakened body wisdoms, and so forth. So we can use that. So the five wisdoms are first rise. The color and the wisdoms, these are the primordial kind of source of the deity forms or the appearances that appear. So the colors and the wisdoms are talks about in the Dzogchen text a lot. And due to that five wisdoms manifest, then due to that, from the ripening of these five wisdoms, the five original Buddha families emerged. And through the expanse of their wisdom, the 42 peaceful Buddhas appear. Through the rising power of the five wisdom, the 60 lawful Hiruka manifest, that the ground awareness is never mistaken or wrong. So these deities are, of course, we all are fond of practice Vajrayana tradition. Many of you have, of course, all other practices, and especially with Ngakchen Rinpoche, we have, fortunately, can practice very advanced Yamataka practice, which everyone a little bit intimidated, but after you're done, you think everyone say, my life changed totally. Now I'm not afraid of any sadhanas. Other sadhanas are piece of cake, yeah. And if you haven't done that, then you think that, so what does that mean? Maybe we need to go through that training as well. And then all these Nyingma Hiruka practices that has similar impact. But Yamataka is a special practice that really Ngacchen Rinpoche hold the core lineage. And you, in this world, I think there is no practice that's secretly done authentically like Ngacchen Rinpoche's Yamataka retreats that we have done in the West, especially through his compassion, his hearing these and training Westerners, and usually in the Tibet only monks and nuns do. So in the very first time I come for the Yamataka retreat for 49 days Yamataka retreat, and at that time we have only 12 monks, no Westerners, no Asian lay people. Only we did in the Lama house. Everyone know GBI. That was 2001. So that's 49 day Yamataka retreat. 7 days is you think very difficult. Maybe 49 is a little bit longer than that. Yeah, few days. So those are exposure. We don't really know until if we really do this kind of practice, especially with such advanced relies on masters. It's we don't know. So that we have that kind of fortunate karma to involve with that. Sometimes maybe people think why so many lawful deities here, why these deities are doing. So until these deity practice, I think people would not really appreciate that these sadhanas. And people who done Yamataka many times, then they think the Yamataka is really the compassion, love, embodiment of love. People often think, oh, Avalokiteshvara is only the embodiment of love, but Yamataka is different. But no, it's really we need to taste that part, and then if you integrate with what your physicality and in your system, how these deities are reside. And in many Dzogchen teachings talks about the peaceful deities are reside in your heart, and lawful deities reside in your brain. So these are also described in detail in the Dzogchen teachings. And here I was thinking maybe, if you don't mind, I was working on the 180 chart, or sort of kind of names of the deity list here, and also we have this wonderful sadhana, that's 180 sadhana that Laura has a photocopy of, maybe photocopy or the PDF file, so everyone that received that part. Mm. Because printing out It's printing out. It's a little bit too much pages that we can do. If you can open that, we also can chant together first, and then look at how many deities are there, what those deities are, and it's good to know. And Chenru worked very hard to put these other names with Chinese and so forth. Maybe you can get that also, the document, and that's the translation is not perfectly done, but it's at least we can recognize and some attributes of the deity themselves. And these particular chanting that what we are looking for is this is from one larger sadhana that we call Drikung, the big accomplishment that chant Drikung Rinpoche's tradition is Gyogyo Lingwa's Terma, and it has every deity's color, attribute, function, and so forth. So, what page number is that? Do you know? Anyone? Page number? If anyone see Imaho, that means very good. Literally, you got it. And this melody is different. Of course, this is not a sadhana. And they provide a phonetic and English translation as well. Maybe everyone? First Tibetan and then English, okay? It's not that long. Imaho kundi nyambi chaja jin Kuntunzangpo chanzal kunja nyambi chaja jin Kuntunzangpo chanzal. His melody is different than the other one, yeah? Ponjure minga dorje jin dorje san bara chanzal kun la on jorong kolo jen. La chanza lo yodna kun jong ren chen jong la chanza ma chan chen ba bi ma chen nong ta yi la chanza chilen tai chi jia zhang chen ten liu zhou la chanza jia wa tam jin jung wei ni yin qiu ma la chanza Jawa tam ji ji bi yong song ji ji ma ra chang sa yo dan gun ji dan zi ba ma ge la chang sa jar gun zong ge nga da mo ku ka mo la chang sa ra wa sai ju dun zi ma tam se zho ma chang Lame ne je nyogun zin sa yin yin boro chan sa lo nyong mo jin chu ra zhen nam ki nyong boro chan sa jin je ma go pe ma jin jin ren se la chan sa lo nyong mo ten yom dor ji chan na dor je chan sa Nyomo dan zai le xin jian xiang bang go po chan ca 全因见被不得见这把事来相杂，更多人刚人间见更多伤不来相杂，真面在别无把见见把样来相杂。过来年研究给见都是这个莫相杂。这一年因真爱见真爱马来相杂，年年也变王子我马来相杂啦，恰恰卡尔见年也马多杰卡尔马相杂。将来年也没多马不是马来相杂。将来你也都不见都被马来抢走，过来你也拿什么路给来抢走，将来你也有不见真的马来抢走，想必在的就能够等到不起来抢走。宁静君在我见因结些老相处，该为美动有之间带因之来相处，东京大人间家长间都生些来相处，都见真被家去见家去马来相处。都见今在下法见相法马来相杂，都见灯也家着见家着马来相杂，都见蓝在吃我见吃我马来相杂，拉南真被我见家因就来相杂。三明真被可下见他送水来相杂，南南人被生活见下着头来，就送真被不得见些了等来相杂，也当真被真不见看把马来相杂。尼罗万真被没去见去见家不相杂，让一见着拉那拉康辛苦别相杂，娘家跟家相爱，我他们是讲内幕着都周围姐姐在。将在白日前前脚了，些当他们给这个，将在多节长通了，等么他们给这是，将在三节长通。I jara tham ke yin je lo ya chan sa ren chen chang tong do sha tham ke lo do chan sa be ma chang tong cha do tham ke no jin do chan sa le je cho je tham ke chong song do chan sa ra sha cho Nyam cho nyam kong tam ki simpon do chansa san cho. Maybe you don't have it. Nirvadam ki da kin do chansa ya sha cho la. Now you should have. Om gusong to ne ngam lam ba chansa nam ya yin cho. 去因家界南塔个强萨多接因着啦，娘你因那一些强在三界因着，强光就因对这个 个相子人间应求，全因将这别灭个相子别马应求。利因内天这个相子利即应求了。What do you have now? Okay. Okay. 长摩我摩盘有这个人马来讲杂，长摩些摩大云这做人马来讲杂，长摩马摩去心这把摩来讲杂。长摩的那多见这别大了来讲杂。长摩马谁去救人不干事来讲杂。长摩将个通传通给马日来讲杂。长摩那摩西年三没下呢来讲杂。长摩在蒙古伦扎赞扎勒拉讲杂。森嘎嘎罗诺森森森给我来讲杂。全的南大诺玛大大。拉斯拉奈摩吉达瓦瓦伊乌来讲杂。修那这达内那讲给我来讲杂罗。这我go下go我来讲杂。刚刚现着南国人头也有我来讲杂罗。卡卡卡罗变着下罗我来讲杂罗。我了对着等着我比我来讲杂。我们我莫大君子大义我来讲杂罗。我们那莫西小班子我来讲杂罗。我们那莫家着当生给我来讲杂。我们将个日文字讲给我来讲杂。就南就马那追求怎样个见来讲杂。南就马的是怎样这种个见来讲杂。南就是那有定精神个见来讲杂。南就嘎尔马东马真正个见来讲杂。南就是蒙古罗这边往我来讲杂。南就马家旁有真正个见来讲杂。南就马莫主样子通过见来讲杂。南就我莫本班真去心我来讲杂。南就我不占我来讲杂了。南就那摩托浪将唱歌见来讲。南就马那句样子往过见来讲杂。南就那摩盘见子当过见来讲杂。南就马摩可见子公过见来讲杂了。南就马都是选择当过见来讲杂了。南就干嘛 Nanjur Mazri Jivan Zinshin Godem La Chanza Nanjur Gar Mai Pe Manzin Bushun Go La Chanza Lo Nanjur Mai Ishavin Go La Chanza Lo Namjir Joy Na Ngi Chunzi Jongkin Go La Nanjara Jana Nginjun Zi Jangin Ga La Chanza Zi Yundu Jan La Jo Jang O Dong Chan Zi Ga Jong Wam Qian Zi Huang Long Go La Chanza La Ana de zhen dong zhen go jian lai chan ca la nan ju na mo jia jun zhen ke yong go la chan ca nan ju mo mo jia fan zi ran go jian la chan ca la nan ju ma Jiao zhe dan xin ge jian jiang ca lo nan ju jiang na zhi wu ge guo la jiang ca ming mi qu ji guo la jiang guo la jiang ca ye yang zhi wei guo la jiang ca lo men jiu de ji guo la jiang ca Ngombara chancho ko la chanza lo tu son jarwa gunji drupi Cong ni zo ne yo den go dan yi shi co la chanza Yongwa chenpo nga le kor shin pa ta pi jarmo nga la chanza Rong yin do me yin ne cho pa mo yin ji yum chen a la chang za Jun zhi xiang jiu sen bi zhi wa den kan zhu sum ju ni yong la chang za Ga na ba di zhi wa de Khenpo nam la chang za Mo ma mo zhi wa de Khenpo nam la chang za Ji den gan la wang zi man ji yi ban ba ra wa Do bi ro lai cha ba mo ma mo kan ru chang za Lin ye dan zi tam zi ji ju jin ga xin ji se zhe bi chong zi Tam jian jiang zu zu la jiang za lo. So that is, of course, a little bit long, and of course, without reading English a little bit. Tomorrow we can read English, and this is a breakdown groups, and you can see, you can look at these documents. You have these. I think a little bit there is extra few deities that my text shows, but since your text doesn't have, that's good. But this list would have these extra few deities, but rest of should match well. And that is also part of our recognition or understanding of part of our awareness manifestations. And then we can go a little bit further in our text. And now we know. Maybe Sandra, maybe you can help to read from our text, this one. On page 27, our small book, I don't remember, from the ripening of these five wisdom.
Page 41 in this blue book. The second paragraph from the top. Until, will you just stop me? Okay. From the ripening of these five wisdoms, the five original Buddha families emerge, and through the expanse of their wisdom, the 42 peaceful Buddhas appear. Through the rising power of the five wisdoms, the 60 wrathful Herukas manifest. Thus, the ground awareness is never mistaken or wrong.
And maybe further until spontaneously increase.
Okay. I, Kuntunzangpo, am the original Buddha of all, and through this prayer of mine, may all you beings wander in the three realms of samsara, realize this self-arising awareness, and may your great wisdom spontaneously increase.
Yeah, maybe next time when you wonder who are those 42 peaceful deities and 60 wrathful Hirukas are often, of course, a Sanskrit word, but Tibetan translate as Changtong, which of course now you are Dzogchen practitioner, so you don't really afraid of anything. Yeah, it really means Hiruka means in a Dzogchen, not Dzogchen, in Tibetan translation, Changtong, blood drinkers. So those deities are blood drinkers, and means lawful and kind of a Western version of vampires. Yeah, so we love them, and of course that's good part of us. We are those, and now, meanwhile, overnight you want to familiarize these deities. So look at these documents to make sense. Who are the five family Buddhas and who are female form of one family Buddha, and lawful also we have male and female. Eight Bodhisattvas has also male and female, and then we have more and more these animal-headed a lot of deities. You can see the function and color, and those we can learn through familiarizing. And we have now, where we are, is another crucial point of these texts. And since now we are on the page 28, if you are using same text, a small text, but we see. And if you have a Tibetan, that phonetic one, look like on a page 4, and is that true? And so this is the continuously emanation of will appear, yeah? Is that true? Okay. Ngaye dhruva jume chi shiva chaja samyen ji kongla kongzo na so ji ngaye tukji molang ji kamsang kruve samjen kun rudu nene tumba sho tamjo samjen dhruva na. Maybe we stop here. Riktuk nene tumba sho. Escaped there. Because then from beginning, it's these other things are coming. Here's my emanation will continuously manifest in billions of unimaginable ways, appearing in the forms of help you all beings who can be trained. Through my compassion prayer, may all of you beings who wander in the three realms of samsara escape from the six life forms. So that is the power or aspiration that Kuntunzangpo made, and we saw why we can liberate ourselves very easily, because we are part of the ground or ground itself, and the recognition or realization of Kuntunzangpo or our mind nature. We can sometimes, when we say Kuntunzangpo, some Buddha that distance from us, but really talking about our own mind nature. So that is important to accept. All the 100 deities are just nothing but manifestation of our own mind. At the same time, samsaric appearances also are nothing but our mind. So these samsara and nirvana are in the surface level. We would say samsara is terrible place, nirvana is good place to go, but this choice of good versus bad, or in the West we call good versus evil. But evil is another term I don't use in the Dharma translation or teachings, because evil seems to be very harsh. We need to a little bit gentle to even good versus bad, that bad things can happen in this world, but we still need to be true and gently as possible. So these samsara and nirvana are not really far away from each other, and that's why through the Kuntunzangpo prayer we can attain Buddhahood very easily. So that is maybe we stop here, because tomorrow we have sort of a little bit new subject, that how the samsara confusion start from the single ground. That is a little bit new subject, rather than now first introducing the nirvanic side, or the positive side of our mind manifested through 5 wisdoms, and then 100 deities, and so forth. So, but then tomorrow we can start a little bit from the ignorant, how the cause of samsara, the ignorant, arises from there. Meanwhile, if you still remember, we just had mind pointing and a little bit instruction on how to sit. Now You don't really need to extend Vajra posture, but Vajra posture is when you do preliminary practice or something that mind pointing, we do that. So now, relax and sit, and if you chant that familiar with you, Kuntunzangpo Lama Rinpoche, do you chant here? The glorious Guru sit on my ground. That no, not we have, don't we have. Or we can just chant the Namo Nangsi Lamda. Namo Nangsi Lamda, which is that's a really profound one. And we chant, and at the end of this reading, what we have is bless me to realize this mind primordially pure and unborn as the unfathomable Dharmakaya. Then we sit, okay?
It's on page 10 in the Yellow Prayer Book. It's at the top. It starts on the second sentence. Want me to chant it?
Page 9, Namo, from Namo.
From page 9, the Guru's supplication. Namo to the Guru, the utter purity of all appearance and existence. I offer all appearance and existence arisen as a primordial ground. I supplicate you, may the three realms be completely liberated. Please grant blessings to empty samsara from its depth. Lord, with 5 omniscient wisdoms, crown ornament, kind one with loving nature, precious protector of beings, heart of all Buddhas, inexpressible by words or thought, I supplicate you from the core of my mind. Bless me from within the state of Dharmata. Bless me to realize this mind, primordially pure and unborn, as the unfathomable Dharmakaya.
Yeah, people often ask me or give suggestions that what I need to see, what kind of experience I should have, and so forth. But here, its subject-object duality should be collapsed, so therefore you should not have any experience. If experience means comes and goes, it's not stable. And the realization should be like space, it's never change. So this is at the moment is realization. It's not experiencing. And third karma pa Rangjung Dorji's Mahamudra aspiration or teachings say, Drikung Rinpoche often quotes that not seeing is the best seeing. If you see something, means that you are not seeing correctly. So this is important, so that we need to cut through our experience, not only our concept, but need to experience. Experience is not reliable. It comes and goes. So stable realization is important, and of course everyone know that. We also are lucky that Su Yang also requested the water verses that now I don't remember. I'm seems not here. I have in here, but yeah. So this is one thing that should guide by this text to correct all our misunderstanding, or if we have that through these texts, because Dzogchen Rinpoche personally told me that because I always wanted to get more teachings, more and more, and then one time he said, "So you should look at your mind that's wanting me to give a teaching, so rather than give a teaching, but." Most of the time, I got teachings, but sometimes I got that. But one time I requested some more mind pointings, but then he said, so this is the one that he really wants me to look at the Mipham Rinpoche's text, Manjushri 1 and these texts. These two are really the main text that he say really helps the practice, not the understanding, the idea or something, but these texts are very important. Maybe if you have a doubt on these pointing outs or these meditations, or even when you try, this doesn't seem to work, or something I need to approve, maybe read these texts and see what more things can do. So these texts is a little bit different than the aspirational prayer. These prayer is more like a meditation guide. It's chantable, but it's more aspiration, not aspirational prayer. And then another piece that Sun Yang requests, this is a Longchen Bas, not Longchen Bas, this mantra is called doctor, liberation through wearing. And if now you have this Ocean Amrita text, this also is contained in that text, chanting with chanting. And this is coming from the Dzogchen Tantra. It's called Kuntunzangpo, the profound ocean of clouds. That's text. And maybe first we do the Yingmiling Basa text, the Water verses. I give you the transmission, and then the doctoral liberation through wearing. Okay. Torji Lopon Sonja Bertuzum Yola Jazalan Jozo de Bijin Jola Nimi Jasu Janam Praveta Vijapashi Sumoro Jojo Viganya Yamalu Javraji Joji Guzunda. Maja Jola J, Darwin Taji Jumam is of Yunjosem, Jito the Yinjos and Bala, that wasn't the Limbala Zara Dranga, Gandu the Jan Borongo. Logo Dorje Dzogchen Sho Prayer of Kuntunzangpo Prayer Nilo Shannon Rigba Chujugulama Shador Yenet Tinim Jutra Jinju Kitu Juma Indini Juru with the Chamje never Shine Tor Jishara Rigbino Shagi, Rubanando in Javan, Domingo Newman never Chujugi Shin Jara Nanju Nimidre Kusum Rigba so the Nila Tanzimir and Javan Mozona Long and Jola Jim Kusum Talaza Dawa Mela Shingoda Guma Mela Namzu Juva Mela Sadana Najon Jatalas Toro Ji Sharavi and under the Regitiki Jona Shilla Shuravi and Imagine Namto Chu Guru Ramite Garaza Darajabagu and Everwatura Dagum Jubitani Tenzin Shazame Barazong and Toson Toing and all Madan Gumijos Malon Shadow Ye and Gamba Mishiri on to Majan and the Lava Yama Kitchen Jatan dropped off Don Lavender the Mangamontan Yusha Saya than Jarjan Tesum J Margo Zamayadat Vijinjan there was a Lashiri Kuntunzangpo Shila Kunji Zazan Kulamatu Ningarbo the Mr. Water General Davin Minsamangando and the Visa Yisho the Ninju Samo Adam Jan de Kona Di Tonder Kunchen Shar Long Show. So that's a Niluk Dorjitsik on the larger verses. Maybe overnight you can read, and there's a lot of things to discuss. But tomorrow, if you think something that we must discuss, then we can do that. This is the liberation through wearing. Dorji Ima Giri Zavala Mizabala Bala Samanda Suruzuru Gudale Masamaza Gara Tagar Bale Salaya Samanda Zaraya Sakade Bedasan Abakule Sarage Dugan Madara Vedanaba Legesana Magada Galana Bamsara Damika Zamala Suya Badara Ebashana Sa Rimbi Sangara Lasa Nami Bagala Yasa Gurangara Sakana Naranara Tara Badala Sina Basara Sapa Lambunda Bunda Dazeka Galan Sa Sari Li Mimira She Nyanda Kajuru Le Beta Chuni Kunda Samoyam Jigombaland Maji Bane Mingani Rotom Migunda Jadanya Junamayo Kanyam Nam Doro Kupame Kanira Nam Doro Kupame Dami Jadami Bandemi Lembi Chu Khenpo Yeshi Rinpoche Yomba Che Jingwa Mi Jing Jingwa Nambra Tormeba Chadran Kola Yuni Kaja Pale Namde Ba Yongso Che Wong Namge Yen Chuchen Parvanyade Jira Lunya Dodong Osama Dorjiro Pemajin Ma Senge Yele Drachen Romon Sumba Me Namgadala Lonjo Basong Sonje Gunyam Jing Guzong Bachu Zen Kanying Samo Yirondala Long Sal Lundo Ye Zo Che Ji Betun Simni Chapter Yombe Long Lomba. Thank you so much. We have a few more minutes. If you have questions, then today seems we need to stop some time, yeah?
Khenpo, can I ask a little question?
Yes.
Are the appearances in Togal separate from the appearance of the deities of the 100 deity mandala arising from within us? Is it something besides an appearance of seeing them from our channels?
Yeah, I think in the reality, these appearances are not really two different things, because even in our deity practices, we call all appearances are deity form, all sounds are deity mantra, and all thoughts are the wisdom of Buddha. But I think as long as we have a concept of good versus bad, or a slightest of that kind of concept, then we choose these, because then the bias is around or follow that, and then we believe that we have pure forms, the deity forms, and unpure forms. So then, mainly for me, like we decide which is pure, which is not, and then if there is a pure and unpure, then also our body system has that kind of pure, unpure. Then we can divide everything pure and unpure. So as soon as we divide Rigpa and Marikpa, the awareness and ignorance, then both has functions. So then we need to add functions on the Rigpa that's manifesting deities that which we lack. And the question is, maybe in the reality there's no maybe, but that's how we choose. Not really the answer, but
There's a question in the chat.
okay.
At the time of Longchenpa, Togya was practiced first to introduce the emptiness of vision, whether pure or impure, then reverted to the main practice of Trekcho. Can you explain why this was reversed?
Yes, I think during Longchenpa's time there's Chikchu come later. Is that what they're saying? Oh, I'm not sure. I don't think Longchenpa did that. Longchenpa, particularly Longchenpa's time, maybe before Longchenpa, we could have Chikchu and Toga sort of separate two practices. But Longchenpa is often used as a union of practice. Without Chikchu, Toga practice doesn't work. Without the Toga, Chikchu itself is not sufficient to bring. If you look at particularly the Subtunjam Jin, the ocean of Subtunjam Jin, the profound ocean, cloud of ocean, and that is sort of comprehensive Dzogchen teaching, both contain Chikyu and Toga. There, he emphasizes that both are necessary. Union of the Chikyu and Toga is the sort of main or pure practice. And based on that, Rinzin Jingme Lingpa's Yishi Lama is mainly based on that, this Longchenpa's text. And I don't think Longchenpa says Toga first, Chikyu second. Yes.
I have a question about the Guyagubber Tantra. Is there a commentary that you would recommend for that specific Tantra, or just within the Peaceful and Wrathful Deities?
Are you saying Guyagubber Tantra?
Yeah, the Tantra itself, is there like a commentary of that Tantra that you would recommend?
Did I recommend?
Yes. That you would recommend. Is there one?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you said I already recommended. I don't know. Yeah, Guhyagarbha Tantra is the most famous ones, Longchenpa's, the dispelling darkness of 10 directions. So that's if you can handle that, or if you have time to spend on that text, is that a much larger text? That would be good. That's already translated in English. We have both root text and commentary. Maybe other people have PDF files. We cannot say loudly, but and then if you don't really have much time, then Mipam Rinpoche's commentary on, not on that, but his sort of introduction, short text, commentary. So these two are already in English, so that's maybe good to look at, because these 100 deities are, if we go back to look at the source, it's most likely we need to look at Guhyagarbha Tantra itself. And then, of course, all the termas, all the karmas, we have 100 deity practice, but the main kind of source is the Guhyagarbha Tantra itself. The Chokchu Munse, or the dispelling of the 10 directions, darkness of 10 directions, is a little bit difficult to understand, I think, but you can manage it. You read it and then see what's in there. One, okay.
Is the story of the Buddha holding a flower and not saying anything to his students, is that related to Dzogchen at all?
Not really, I think. No. Dzogchen, I mean, I cannot really say no, because Dzogchen is just sort of broadening everything to make accessible, and then a little bit flavor that comes through Terma and Gamma. Then we can see the poetic language and rhythm, and you can see then every text has different melodies that has also give texture, other texture. I mean, sometimes the themes and these concepts come up in the text, but directly related to that is maybe not.
It's not a pointing out instruction, the flower, him holding the flower?
No. As pointing out is another interesting story that when Guru Rinpoche met Shri Simha, and Shri Simha just pointing his finger in the air, just say few words. And there Guru Rinpoche recognized the divine nature, and Guru Rinpoche and Shri Simha become inseparable mind. And there's also very wonderful another story to Guru Rinpoche often talk about this. When Garab Dorje was sit down, he was a human being. When he stand up, he's already Buddha. So that kind of we need to keen faculty or practice that kind of karmically ripened person would be easier. But still, we are hopeful, and everyone has this potential Buddha nature. Everyone's eager to become a Buddha, or already be Buddha, but still want to Buddha so bad that want to practice day and night. That's sort of good news. And we have all the tools, and then we have no problem. So today we stop here, and of course, chant in English today, I think. Dedications.
Okay, so dedication prayers on page 11. By this merit, may I attain omniscience, having defeated the enemies, my wrongdoings. May I liberate all beings who are tossed in the ocean of samsara by the waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death. Whatever virtue sentient beings possess, whatever good they have done, will do, and are doing now, whatever goodness there may be, may it permeate all beings everywhere. By the virtue accumulated throughout the 3 times by others and myself, may all beings filling the reaches of space enter the gateway of the unexcelled path, and may they attain the Vajra holder's ground. By all the virtue actually performed and mentally created, self and all sentient beings of the 3 times, may all beings of the 6 realms attain the 5 kayas, realize the primordial wisdom of the Buddhas in the Dharmadhatu mandala of the awakened mind. Glorious root Guru, precious one who sits upon a lotus at my heart, hold me with kindness and grant me all accomplishments of enlightened body, speech, and mind. I pray for the excellent health of the Guru. I pray that he lives a supremely long life. I pray that his activities spread far and wide. Grant blessings that I may not be separate from my Guru. May the teachings, the only source of benefit, happiness, endure long, and may the victory banner of longevity be steadfast, those who uphold the teachings. May the sound of the great Dharma drum liberate all sentient beings from suffering. Please remain and teach the Dharma for infinite millions of kalpas. By the might of this powerful merit, may the aspirations of the benefactors and their circles be accomplished within this very life. May their obstacles be pacified. May everything be auspicious, and may their wishes be fulfilled according to the Dharma. Just as the hero Manjushri realized things as they are, and as did Samantabhadra too, I will follow in their path and perfectly dedicate all these virtues, as all such dedications have been praised as supreme by the victorious ones of the 3 times. Fully dedicate all my roots of virtue to excellent conduct. By the blessing of the Buddhas who attain the 3 kayas, blessing of the truth of the unchanging nature of reality, and by the blessing of the undivided Sangha community, may my prayers be fulfilled according to this dedication. By the virtues accumulated in the 3 times by myself and all beings in samsara and nirvana, and by the intrinsic root of virtue, may I and all sentient beings quickly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious awakening. Great Vajradhara, Tilopa, Naropa, Marpa, Milarepa, Dharma, Lord Gampopa, Pagmodrupa, and Lord Drikungpa, may the auspiciousness of all the Kagyu Lamas prevail. And then we could turn to page 22. For this realm, encircled by snow-covered mountains, you are the source of all benefit and happiness. Tenzin Gyatso, Lord Chenrezi, may you remain steadfast until the end of samsara. Embodiment of the 3 jewels, great being who upholds and increases the teachings of the Shakya line. Supreme are your activities of guiding others with your perfect deeds. May you, the precious Guru, who accomplishes everything spontaneously, live long. Holder of the teachings of Lord Drikungpa, Great Lord of the Three Jewels, through the power of your peerless compassion and the holy Dharma's peace and light, you bring relief to beings. May your life be long. The one known in the noble land as Arya Deva, emanated into the Gar clan of eastern Tibet as Chodingpa, the heart son of Jigten Khenpo. May the life of glorious Garchen remain steadfast for 100 eons. And then page 28. May the teachings of the great Drikung Ratna Shri, Master of Interdependence, Omniscient Lord of Dharma, who has seen all knowable things, be upheld until the end of cyclic existence. Study, practice, hearing, contemplation, and meditation. Your 1,000 arms are the 1,000 wheel-turning kings. Your 1,000 eyes are the 1,000 Buddhas of this fortunate eon. Your love is boundless like space. I supplicate to the Bodhisattva Chenrezig. Om Mani Padme 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 Om Shri Om Mani Padme Om Shri Om Mani Padme. Gewadiyi Nerduda Chenrezi Wan Drukchen Drowa Chikyang Malu Ba Deyi Sala Gopar. And Emaho prayer in English. Emaho. In the center is the wondrous Buddha of boundless light. To his right is Chenrezig, the Lord of great compassion, and to his left is Vajrapani, the Bodhisattva of great might. They are surrounded by an inconceivable assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Immeasurable peace and happiness is the pure land of great bliss. When I and all beings pass from this life, may we be born in that land, unhindered by another samsaric birth, and may we then behold the face of Amitabha, boundless light. May all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions bless this aspiration, that it may be accomplished without hindrance. Te ta pensa driya awa bodhanaye soha. And Bodhicitta prayer. May Bodhicitta, the precious and supreme mind, arise in whom it has not yet arisen. Where it has arisen, may it not decline, ever increase higher and higher.